Welcome back, book buddies! Today we are going to read Ruby Plants a Radish. It has flaps and pop-up surprise inside. Let's go. Ruby plants a radish. Ruby loved radishes. If I had a wish, said Ruby, I'd wish for as many radishes as I could eat. Why don't you plant some then? Said Worm. He said, why don't you plant some radishes? Ruby bought a packet of seeds, but when she opened it, she was disappointed. These don't look like radishes, said Ruby. Radishes aren't small and brown. Plant the seeds, Ruby, and wait and see, said the little ladybird. Can I put them on top of my burrow? She asked. No, said Ladybird. It's too windy. Can I put them under the big tree? No, said Worm. It's too dark. How about this sunny spot over here? Yes, said Worm and Ladybird together. That would be perfect. Ruby cleared away the grass and weeds to make a radish patch. Then she made some shallow holes. She put a seed in each hole, covered them up, and sprinkled them with water from her watering can. Ruby has planted her seeds in just the right place, said the little worm. For 2 days, Ruby watched and waited for her radishes to grow. I know it wouldn't work, said Ruby sadly. But the next day, Ladybird had some news for Ruby. These radishes are growing, Ruby. Come and look. The seed has split open and a little shoot is growing up. A little root is growing down. Wow. Said Ruby. They don't look like radishes. Radishes aren't small and green. The next day the sun shone. It warmed the ground. It warmed Ruby. It warmed the little radish shoots. At tea time, Ruby felt hungry, so she went to look at her radish patch, just in case. It was full of little plants. You've grown a lot today, said Ruby, but they still don't look like radishes. Radishes aren't green and leafy. Sunlight on the leaves help the plant to make food for itself and grow. The roots are as long as the shoots. But then it rained. Horrid rain ruining my radishes, moaned Ruby. Ladybird said they needed sunshine. But they need water too, said Worm. Let's go and look at your book. The rain soaks into the soil. Here's our book, says how things grow. It shows you the seeds and the radish and root hairs. The root hairs are like drinking straws. The water they drink is full of good things from the soil. These roots don't look like radish, said Ruby crossly. Radishes aren't long and hairy. Ruby looked at her radishes every day. She weeded them and watered them. The radishes grew and grew and grew. And below the ground, the radishes grew bigger and rounder and redder. The plant stores its food in its root. The radish is nearly ready now, said Worm, all excited. Do they look like radishes yet? Asked Ruby. Have a look, Ruby, said Ladybird. So she pulled and pulled and pulled, and out popped. Let's see, out popped. A radish! It looks like a radish now, said Ruby, and I bet it will taste really yummy. If Ruby leaves some of the plants, they will flower and have seeds. And so she can start all over again. Look at that big radish. 3, 2, 1, pop! Wow! And then on the back shows you how to grow a radish. Let's see how we can grow our radishes. So here are some of our gardening tips. You can plant radish seeds outside in the spring or summer. You can also plant them in a pot or on a windowsill or balcony or indoors if you want to start them a little earlier in the year. Plant the seeds in the garden soil or potting compost. Plant the seeds 5 centimeters apart and 1 centimeter deep. Water regularly. Make sure that the soil doesn't dry out. They take about 3 weeks to grow. It is actually quite difficult to use seeds from your own radish. You'll get better results if you buy the seeds each year. Have fun and enjoy planting your radishes. I think we should have a go to plant some radishes and see how we get on. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Do come back so we can read more books together. Please like and subscribe. Bye!